Hey, what's up? So, back again with another replay of the 50 TP prototype. Again, like I said before, I actually really dig this tank. Don't worry, there'll be less crying about already. Ugh, this is basically what a defender would be if the defender was balanced. But, like I said, I just really like this tank. This has easily been one of my favorite, one of the newer premium tanks, and it's easily one of my favorites I've gotten. It's got, you got the good frontal armor, and you got this nice beefy damaging gun. So it's all it's about. You got this gun. You got actually really good gun depression. Now, whether or not ridge lines completely allow you to feel like you're using all 10 degrees is another matter. But you know. So here we are. We're on of course Live Oak. So I'm going to head down, if you haven't already figured that part out, down by the railroad tracks. Because this is more or less where the actual fucking fight happens, with the city just being a shit show, more or less. And occasionally you got someone that's going to run all the way into the swamp to attempt to light and do something. I don't know what those people do out there. I just know I don't. So we're going to just go ahead and try and carefully move up. I moved all the way over to cut down to a lower part of the hill, so all their guys on the ridge line hopefully won't have as good a shot on me. So we're just going to go ahead and keep moving up. And we want to stay low until we can't. But not so far. They haven't really looked like they sent a whole lot here. And I'm just feeling brave and just going to go at them. We're just going to push right on up into this next embankment. Now, what I anticipate with this, because I'm almost certain I got lit by that AMX, because I sure the hell found him. So, what I anticipate is they're going to see me, and then they're all going to try to jump over the ridge and hopefully give my team better shots. And if they don't, I'm just going to come up over, use that gun depression, and start stealing all their friggin' hit points. Slow going because now we're going uphill and we had to go through the friggin' marsh, but we're just about where you want to be. Okay? This over here, you want to be more or less right about here because these train cars, as we look upward, kind of help block shots coming in from artillery and the camping bushwinkers in the back. Where if you get out here, artillery will have way easier shots on you. Plus, as an added bonus, over here we'll actually be able to come up over and shoot into the bowl over here, where if we were over here, we had to go up, over, and then keep going over till they would just have shots on us for days. So this is one of the better spots to be in right in this area. Now I'm looking for tanks like this mod 1. And I'm just going to drop a giant friggin' shell on them and laugh. Now I'm also lighting all these people up, so artillery and any other shots that happen to come in are going to go ahead and start giving me some spotting damage. Centurion's running. I'm kind of taking a look at this AMX, seeing who's feeling lucky. Oh look, we found the standard B in the AMX. I'm thinking AMX, but then I saw the standard B running. So I'll go for the higher tier guy and get the extra points. Drop a massive shell on some tier 9s. Steal his hit points because I think it's funny. Standard B, of course, didn't have enough, so we'll just steal more of it. Okay. He's pretty well determined. The team has actually came up and gone wide over here, so they could try to use the gun depression. However, I really do not like this. Sure, it means more or less they could pretty much only expose their turret, but if you go up a little higher, you're going to have shots for days from anyone hiding in the back here, and the artillery. So, like I said, in my opinion, where I'm at is the best spot you really want to be trying to work from. But it's important that someone on my team gives us another direction as well. AMX fire, so we'll just shoot him in the cupola because fuck him. Got more spotting damage from the artillery. Okay, we're just kind of looking, checking, see what he's going to do. Maybe bait him into shooting, and we'll just take his cupola again. He got so fixated on us, allowed, I think, the Pantera to kind of come in behind him. I didn't really want to give the Centurion much of a shot if you did try to go for me. And I did see I had a potential shot, but the gun wasn't quite reloaded anyway. So, now, important note, still, train tracks themselves do not block shells. So this entire area doesn't even exist as far as the game is concerned. So you can actually fire underneath train cars, like this. And I'll have me some of that. Ooh. It's just so good to be dropping over 400 damage every shot. It's got it's like 11, almost 12-second reload. We're going to try and go for the Polo here. Now, the problem with the Centurion is that the turret itself is pretty damn strong if you're using the gun depression. If you somehow end up at a lower elevation, the turret armor on the roof armor itself isn't actually that strong in thickness. So he's kind of doing himself a bit of disservice trying to stand in there. So I should have relatively easy shots for days, assuming of course I could hit him. Loading a little bit of gold, just going to try and really make sure. I mean, I know the Centurion turrets can be a bit tough, depending on if it moves a bit, but he really wanted to stand in and give me all his hit points, so thank you. Now, a couple things you may want to do is might just, I probably should have just waited till I went dark, but I mean, at some point I'm going to end up having to push in, and I'm going to end up getting lit by the bushwhackers in the back anyway. So right about now, my only goal is to advance on them as quickly as I can and occasionally shift the hole a bit to not give them a fully easy shot. So in case a shell did come in, they may just miss. It's unfortunate they took my optics out and then they already show. But at least I know there's at least a couple more still hanging back there. Kind of see the waffle. Waffle's gone. I just gotta ride out the stun best I can. Unless, of course, I have a reason not to. He was about to get away, so just take whatever shot I can. We didn't really connect. Too bad. I should have held it. But now, it's more or less the battle is just going to get away from me at this point. My team's got him surrounded with that Mod 1 running like hell because he decided that he didn't want more of that first shot. So, I mean, kind of, he's going to come up a bit, but aim time is a little lengthy on this. So, it's just one of the things, you take what shots you can when you got them. But, I mean, ultimately, I'm really happy, more or less, with the results we have going on right here. I'm just going to go ahead and, because my team has got them so surrounded, and everyone else that came with me is just that much faster. So, I'm not even going to be able to get any real shots on these guys unless, of course, they come out from behind the buildings. So, I'm going to just park my ass on the freaking cap and collect some of my loser points for myself. I'm going to try within the cap confines to find a shot on these guys if there is any. But, I mean, this is all over for them. So, like I said, I'm really happy with the result. I wish it was more, but 2600, it's a reasonable, it's almost an average result for this kind of tank because it has just that strong an alpha that just makes me really, really happy. So this was pretty enjoyable. We've got one bounce, Got 1100 spawning, so. Plus, I also got myself 30 cat points because fuck them. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the overall result. I, of course, always want more, but this is just what happens when the battle gets away from you. But very strong alpha. I still highly recommend getting this tank if and when it comes back to the premium shop. It's been one of the most fun tanks I've had in a while. But that's all I got for you. Catch you later.